ranchers would destroy them. And when Pat Brady, unable to stomach the lying, impetuously knocks John down, the Nesters spring forward to capture Roy, Dale, and Pat.
All right, boys. We got him.
But now that we got him, what do we do with him?
We'll tie him up and dump him out somewhere and let the ranchers find him. That'll show the ranchers how much we think of them and their Mr. Roy Rogers. John, you're not taking sides as far as I can tell, so we'll throw Rogers and his friends in the back of your old truck. You drive them back to where they belong.
Hey, now, wait a minute, though. I'm just a lone man, and I'm not very strong. What if they should get loose?
They won't get loose the way the boys are roping them.
But what if they should? Somebody ought to go with me. Besides, I won't be able to dump them out of the truck by myself. I'm not strong. Hey, Glenn, Charlie Fisher just rode up. Why not send him along with John?
Boys, no. Now, listen to me. I'm in the land business. I can't hope to sell land if I take sides.
Fisher, you're riding back with John. We'll give you a chance to prove how much you're on our side. Throw these three on the floor behind the seat.
John, we're out of sight now. Those nesters can't see us. I want you to slow down enough so I can jump off. These people are still knocked out.
No, Mr. Fisher, you're not going to leave me here with them.
Rogers can't get loose. You saw how well the boys tied him and his friends. Besides, there's something else I have to do to keep this war going.
Sneaking coward. But just the same, to leave me face things
Now,
alone.
John, the sooner we get this war over, the sooner you and I will reap our reward. Even you understand that.
Well...
Just slow down a little. I'll get out. Everything will be all right. That's good. I'll see you later, John.
He's gone, Roy.
We'll sure have to look that rattler up when we get loose from here.
Hey, Roy, I think Trigger's fallen. Why don't you call to him and have him take after Fisher?
Not yet. They think we're knocked out. Besides, I want to talk to John alone first. From what we just heard, he and Fisher had something to do with this war.
What are you doing, Roy?
There's a broken iron strap here in the corner. We might be able to cut ourselves loose.
Be careful. John will hear. He's kind of simple-minded. There's no telling what he'd do.
I just wish Nellie Bell was here.
You got it, Roy?
Yeah.
He's slowing down, Roy.
Yeah, this is probably where he intends dumping us.
Boy, I'll wrap that doodlebug right around his skinny neck.
Now, you just let Roy take the lead, Pat. You've done enough for one day.
Folks, if you're still unconscious, and I hope you are, this is as far as you go.
What'd you say, John?
You're loose!
You bet we are.
Yeah, all of us.
Yeah, get ready to have your ears set back.
Now, Roy, you and me have been friends for a long time.
Hold it, John. I want to know what Fisher meant when he said that as soon as this war was over, you and he would reap your reward.
I don't know.
Well, what did he mean when he said he had something else to do to keep this war going?
What's the matter, Roy? Don't the chip skunk want to talk?
Maybe we'd better take him back to the ranchers. He'll talk then.
I didn't have anything to do with this.
What did Fisher do then?
Well, you know how it is with my doodlebug. I carry my doodlebug around all the time, and whenever I walk across land where there's oil, the doodlebug starts acting up, bobbing like crazy.
He's trying to talk us out of it, Roy.
Take it easy, Pat.
Well, I was walking across the Nesters' land about 6 months ago, and the doodlebug started bobbing. I knew it was oil on the land, and I told Mr. Fisher about it. He sold the land to the Nesters, you know.
And he still holds mortgages on it.
Yes, sir, that's right. Well, Mr. Fisher, he gave me $50 to keep my mouth shut. $50 whole dollars, Roy.
Yeah?
And then a couple of weeks later, he hired me to go out and butcher a couple of steers right on the range where the ranchers would be sure to find out about him, see?
And when the ranchers found where their steers were butchered, they blamed the Nesters. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And to get even, they closed off the water.
And a range war started.
That was the whole idea, Roy. It was Mr. Fisher's, though, not mine. I didn't know what I was getting into, really, I didn't. All I want is to be
Climb back in your truck, John.
What are we going to do?
We're going to turn you over to the sheriff.
But I didn't do nothing. It was Mr. Fisher.
The sheriff will want to talk to you anyhow. Come here, Trigger. Come on, boy.
What about Fisher, Roy?
We'll bring Bullet out to where he jumped off the truck. Bullet will pick up the trail, and we'll have Mr. Fisher behind bars within a very few hours. Come on, Bullet. Find that trail, boy.
I think he's located it, Roy.
Okay. You head for town and send word to all the ranchers to meet at the sheriff's office right away, Dale. And tell the sheriff to call the Nesters to a meeting at the same place.
Sure thing.
Bullet and I'll bring in Fisher. And we'll treat everybody to some plain and fancy talking. Whoa, Trigger. Easy, fella. Quiet, Bullet. Get away from that door. Come on out, Fisher. I want to talk to you. Don't do that again or I'll do a little shooting myself. All right, you ask. Take him, Bullet. Get him, boy.
No! Help! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Back to Roy in just a minute. But right now, let's hear from Handy, Dandy, and Candy, the 3 Sugar Crisp Bears.
We're the Sugar Crisp Bears, and we want you to meet the grandest treat you ever did eat.
Post Sugar Crisp.
As a cereal, it's dandy. For snacks, it's so handy. Or eat it like candy. Post Sugar Crisp.
Yes, those 3 Sugar Crisp Bears are so right. Post Sugar Crisp is a honey of a new cereal. It's already sweetened, so you don't need sugar. Just add milk or cream. And Mother, Sugar Crisp is ideal for snacks when the youngsters are hungry between meals. Made of nourishing puffed wheat, coated with energy-rich honey and sugar. Or they can eat it just like candy right out of the box. Be sure to ask for genuine Post Sugar Crisp in the red, white, and blue package with the 3 bears on it.
Get him off me!
Help! That's enough, boy. Get to your feet, Fisher. Suppose you tell me why you started shooting when I said I wanted to talk to you.
You didn't identify yourself, Roy.
There's no use trying to fool me, Fisher. You own the mortgages on the farms those Nesters bought, don't you?
Why, yes, but what's that got to do with...
And if the Nesters got into a war with the ranchers, they couldn't pay off the mortgages. Their land would go to you.
Oh, now, let's not insinuate that
I'm not insinuating. I'm telling you the facts. And we got those facts from that dupe of yours, John Gotti.
Oh, now, I can explain everything, Roy. John isn't very bright.
You can explain when we get back to town. The ranchers and the Nesters will be there. And maybe they'll be glad to hear your explanation. Well, that pretty well clears up things, I think, Sheriff.
It ought to. All right, you ranchers and Nesters. Do you think you can get along like neighbors without any silly range wars? None of you are savages, and this should be a lesson to you. Go on back to your homes and think it over. Come on, Fisher. We'll lock you up with your oil-finding friend. Thanks, Roy. See you at supper time over at the cafe.
Okay, Sheriff. Dale, you haven't seen Pat around, have you?
Not since it... Oh, here he is. Pat, where you been?
I ain't talking.
Say there, fella, you look all tired out.
Oh, Roy, I'm so tuckered. I could lie down in a cactus bed and sleep till a week from Tuesday.
Oh, Pat, Nellie Bell didn't break down again.
Oh, it's them double-deck, triple-sonic spark plugs. The salesman that come through here selling them told me they was gas savers. I put those double-deck, triple-sonic spark plugs on her. $11.27, including 2 kinds of tax, and she run out of gas before I got 20 feet.
Well, now, that's too bad, Pat. But I'll tell you what I'll do. You rest a while, and then I'll loan you a horse so you can be sure you'll get where you want to go.
Oh, mustard and custard.
Once a year, one contribution, but many, many benefits. That's your community chest, serving the health, welfare, and recreational needs of the place in which you live. Serving, too, our servicemen and women, both here and abroad. Give enough for all the services provided by your community chest.
That's all for now, folks. This is Roy Rogers saying to all of you from all of us, goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord take a liking to you. See you next week.
Happy trails to you until we meet again.
The Roy Rogers Show was brought to you tonight by Post Sugar Crisp, the cereal treat that's fun to eat. Fellas and girls, Remember Roy's good advice and ask Mom to bring home Post Sugar Crisp in the red, white, and blue package with the 3 bears on the front. You'll love Post Sugar Crisp. The Roy Rogers Show can be heard again next week at this same time with Pat Brady, Dale Evans, and the king of the cowboys himself, Roy Rogers. An Art Rush production, tonight's show was directed by Tom Hargis, script by Ray Wilson, and music by Milton Charles.
Come and get it, for quick 2-minute energy for work and play. How about Grape Nuts Flakes?
How about 'em, how about 'em, how about those Grape Nuts Flakes?
How about those Grape Nuts Flakes?
How about 'em, how about 'em, how about those Grape Nuts Flakes? They are so good for you too. The 2-minute energy works for you. So how about 'em, how about Grape Nuts Flakes?
Grape Nuts Flakes is one of the triple wrap Post cereals, guaranteed fresh or triple your money back. Look for Grape Nuts Flakes, the great 2-minute energy cereal in the package with Roy Rogers and Trigger on the front.
Featured in our cast were Frank Hemingway, Herb Butterfield, Joe Bradley, Charles Seal, Parley Bear, and Bill Green. This is Art Ballinger speaking for Post Sugar Crisp. Stay tuned for the latest news brought to you by Log Cabin Syrup.